It's just a little short video, just an observation I've had that I wanted to mention. When I was growing up, it was there have always been people out there that try to scam you, try to take your money, think you're getting some, maybe it's a get-rich-quick scheme, maybe it's a car you're buying, whatever. There's always been people who are trying to get you to give them a bunch of money for something that's essentially worthless or not worth what they're trying to sell it to you for. And I've just noticed nowadays, it seems like that you don't really have you still have all these people who are trying to scam you and get your money and sell you things that it's not worth what they're claiming. But what's really bad now is there are all these legal ways to do it. And that's what's bad, is because there are companies who find loopholes around the law and then they scam you, because then there's nothing you can do about it. It's not a crime. You know, if an individual does it, well, then you can take them to court and say, well, this isn't what you claimed it would be. But now with these corporations, they find loopholes, and then you can't take them to court because they have their high-powered lawyers to defend themselves, and they get away with it. Like, for example, we've had at work, due to this coronavirus, we've made it a policy where if they were already prepaid for some conference that they were going to, that we were going to send them to this conference, and they prepay, which mainly is airline ticket, is what you got to prepay. Maybe a day a hotel, but that's about it. And then the conference is canceled, and then we could try to get the refund. But if we can't get a refund, then we made it our policy to reimburse the employee. So the employee isn't out any money for doing something that we told them they needed to do. And we've already had 2 separate cases where the employee, now in our policy, you can we'll pay you for an airline ticket. If it's required travel, we'll pay the airline ticket for business expense, but we will not pay that travel insurance. I know if you go through, say, like Priceline or Expedia, they'll have on there, when you buy the ticket, you can get this travel insurance, and then that way, if it's canceled, then you can get your money back, supposedly. Well, we've had 2 separate people who have bought airline tickets for conferences, work conferences, bought the travel insurance. The conference was canceled due to the coronavirus, and they didn't get their money back. The travel insurance didn't cover them. And I thought, that is such a scam that I figure Priceline, Expedia, and Travelocity, all these places, probably over the years, they make, millions of dollars every year on people buying this travel insurance. And it's worthless. I mean, if you can't get your money back on an airline ticket when you buy the travel insurance because the conference was canceled due to the coronavirus, when can you get your money back? So, that's just an example of one of the scams out there. And that's what gets me, is you've got people who, hardworking, honest people, they don't have, buying an airline ticket for most people is a big expense. Some people can't afford it, or if they do, they got to save up for it. And then all of a sudden, something's canceled, or they can't enjoy the trip. Say they were going to go to the Grand Canyon, and they buy this airline ticket, Grand Canyon's closed. But now they can't get their money back for the airline ticket, even though they bought the travel insurance. And that's just what gets me nowadays, because that's how bad our world is now, is that before, it seemed like all the shysters were the individuals. Don't trust the used car salesman, or don't trust, this guy who says you need to wire money because your son is in jail and you need to wire money to get him out, or those type of scams. But now corporations have figured out loopholes and ways that they can scam you out of money. And then when you try to get what you pay for, you don't get it. And what are you going to do? You're going to sue Priceline? You're going to sue Expedia for this? You can't do that. you can't afford a lawsuit against one of these corporations. So anyway, it just thought came to my mind. I thought I'd mention that.